Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to take your Bitmoji scene and use it as a desktop so that you can have easy access to all the apps and websites you visit regularly. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up a new Google Slides presentation like I did here, and you need a blank slide. So you're going to go to blank. Now, for most of the stuff I'm going to show you, you can look at my other video on how to make a Bitmoji virtual classroom because this is the same process. I'm going to just show you some basics here, and then you can use that to get started to make your own. So let's just call this sample desktop backgrounds. Now, the first thing you need to do is you're going to insert a background. So you're going to choose background, and you're going to choose an image from a Google search. So you can type in floor and wall background, and a bunch of them come up. You can choose whatever it is you want to choose. We can choose this one, and it'll generate the background. So once you have that, you can decide what you want to add in here. I'm just going to give you some ideas from what I did. This is the one I showed you and the one I'm going to continue to use as we progress in this tutorial. You can have something like this, so it's primarily school focused. You can take your virtual classroom and make that into your desktop background as well. So I just want to show you some basics. So you're going to go into insert, and this is where you'd insert your furniture and stuff like that. I'm actually going to recommend that you do a background that's a bit more darker than this, now that I'm thinking about this. Because you want the images to pop off the screen at you when you have your desktop icons. So this is a little darker. Really, it's up to you. And you can do something similar to what I did, or you can just have yourself sitting at a couch or at a desk. So you're going to go into Insert, Image, and you can look for a couch. So let's look for a couch. So you want to do couch, and you want to make sure you choose transparent background. Otherwise, you may get images with like segments of white around them. And then you just scale the image to fit in the actual room the way you want it to. So you can do whatever you want with this. Now, I like having the big board behind me. So we're going to insert, search the web. You can do chalkboard, transparent, just so everything is in one place on your desktop, so you can organize your icons. So like you see here, this is really up to you. You can make this into whatever you want it to be. If you want to write something on here, you can just insert a text box by going to insert text box, putting that here. I'm not going to do that though. Now, when you want to add your Bitmoji, you would go to bitmoji.com if you already have one and sign in. And you can go, I'll show you that real quick too. So you'd go to bitmoji.com, and it'll prompt you once you have a Bitmoji and your account and you're signed in to add the extensions to Google Chrome. I already have it, so it says remove, but if you don't have it, it'll ask you if you want to add it. So you would add it, and then you would get the Bitmoji icon up here in your extensions. And that's going to allow you to add your Bitmojis. So you want to find a Bitmoji that fits in this room. Let's say you want your Bitmoji sitting. You would hit sitting, and you can look for one that's already sitting. You're going to copy and paste it into here. And again, you would scale your Bitmoji however you want. And then you can add details like lamps and coffee tables and accessories that you may want to include. This is totally up to you, and you can make it your own. So once you have your Bitmoji scene created, The next step is to get it as your desktop. So the easiest way I've found to do this is to put the slide into present mode. And I'm just going to wait for these gray things to go away. Oops. And I'm going to take a screenshot of it. So I'm on a Mac. So the way you do it on a Mac is Shift, Command 4. And you get this little cursor, kind of looks like a target. And you drag it across the entire screen. And you let go. And there's my screenshot. You'll hear the camera shutter sound to let you know that you took the screenshot. On a Windows computer or on a Chromebook, it's going to be the Windows key, Shift, and S, and that will allow you to do the same thing. So I have my screenshot. Now, how do I get it on as my desktop? So I'm going to go to here where it says screenshot, and I'm going to right click on here, and you'll see it says set desktop picture, and I have my desktop picture. Now let's say your computer doesn't give you that option. You can go in system preferences, and there's the desktop and screensaver option. You'd go in there and set your picture from there. So now that's awesome. I have all these icons. Now let me move them. I can't because they're all organized by name right now. So what I need to do next in order to be able to move them to where I want them to be is just highlight one and right click on it. And you're going to go to where it says sort by, and you see how it's selected, name is selected here. You're going to put none. You're going to highlight none. And then it's going to move the icons around. Now, this put itself into place because I was playing with this already. So these are the apps that I use and the websites I frequent for school use. So I put on the school side. The ones that I primarily use for home, I'm going to leave on my home side. So I'm going to put that in my screenshot folder. I put Chrome on the laptop. I put YouTube over here. I put first book on the books. And, okay. Now, I have everything where I want. I moved it around. Now, I just want to talk quickly about the difference between an app and a web page. So, on the computer, there are certain things that are apps and there are certain things that are web pages. So for instance, Cricut Design Space is an app. It's a downloaded application on the computer. It's a program. Zoom is also a program I have downloaded on my computer. And so is QuickTime. But the other things that you see on here, these are web pages. So how do you make a web page look like an app? Because Facebook is an app on your phone, but not on your computer. So I'm going to walk you through that as well. So you're going to go to Google Chrome, and let's just say I'm going to highlight firstbook.org because they do a lot of really amazing things. I get a lot of my classroom library books from them. They're super affordable, and they're just a great organization. If you teach in a poverty-stricken area or Title I school, they will help you get books into the hands of your students. So I want to move this onto my desktop. I already have it here, but I'm just showing you this for the sake of this video. So you're going to highlight the web page. You're going to bring it anywhere on the desktop. Doesn't matter where. Now, you'll see, and this is true with any web page that you put on your desktop, it just looks like the World Wide Web icon. It's not going to look like anything special. And this is called First Book 2 because I already have one on my desktop. So you can rename it whatever you want. We're going to call it First Book again. Okay, we're going to leave it as First Book 2 because it's already there. Now, I don't want this. I want it to look like this icon. This is the First Book logo. So I'm going to go back to Google Chrome, and I'm going to look for their logo. First book logo. And I'm going to look at the images. And once I see one I like, I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to hit copy. Then I'm going to go back to my icon over here. And I'm going to right click on that and choose get info. And then once I do that, it's going to tell me all the information about the web page and when it was visited and all that. So in order to change the icon, you're going to click up here to the little icon, make sure it's highlighted blue around it, and then you're going to hit Command V to paste it where you want it. And you'll see it changed here, it changed down here also. So now I have my logo, and it looks like an application even though it's a web page. So when I go to click on it on my desktop, wherever that is, it's going to bring me to the home page. And there, I'm on my myfirstbook.org homepage. So that's how you change the icon on a web page. Now, let's say this is too tiny for you, or whatever you create, you want the icons a little bigger. You can do that too. By show view options. And you can toggle this to make them as big as small as you want. You can also change the text size underneath them, as well as whether or not you want the text to be on the right side of the logo or on the bottom. And this you can all play around with until you find the aesthetics that you're looking for. So there you have it. That's how you take your Bitmoji scene, turn it into your desktop, and have all the stuff you need easy access to readily available. So if you look, you'll see my Google Classroom is right here. It opened down here because my browser is down here. But if you didn't have your browser down here, look, I'll show you. If you didn't have your browser open, it would open it for you. So I'll click on Google Classroom, it opens up right away for you. So there you have it. If you have any questions or would like to know more about how to do this, please ask me anything you want in the questions, in the comments. I will help you. Also, please like and subscribe. And I hope this helped you, and I can't wait to see the creations that you came up with.